Hi, everyone. Welcome to Midday Plays Live, your live free sports betting picks at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We're here to bring you picks, parlays, player props. What else? Same game parlays, all that kind of good stuff that Vegas likes to offer you. A lot of times free, right? I always get these, hey, no sweat, same game parlays. So, it's like, I got to find my best bets out there to make these plays. Because, I definitely want to go ahead and take advantage of it. That is for sure.
Yes, we don't want to leave.
How's your day going so far, Tiffany?
Really good, actually. I'm back home. I don't have to worry about my lights shutting off on me here.
That is true. Well, the dogs are excited. They're probably going to go chase squirrels. There's been lots in the yard here today. But yeah, make sure you guys go ahead and like, subscribe, click on the bell to get the latest notifications because you never want to miss out when we go live, giving you the best YouTube picks all around. And thanks for joining us, you guys. I want to say hello to Betty. Betty is here. Betty Schenkel, good to have you. Thomas Lewis, good afternoon to you.
Are you going to update everybody on Nikki? You told us on Monday that she was at the emergency vet.
Yes, I will definitely
People are dying to know.
That. I will do that as soon as I get through, the folks that are here. Yeah, Ron, he was like, loved his Pistons team. I think he's probably giving up on the Bucks here tonight. He loved Dallas on the money line. I played his Pelicans on the money line and the Celtics since you guys had consensus. I felt like I had no choice but to follow along. And here he is. He has the Bucks tonight. We have a lot of action here. But Nikki, she's down right over here. You can't really see her right now. But yes, she had to have surgery on Sunday. So she is better. Her wound is healing up nicely. There's no problem. She is a little bit lethargic yet because of the pain meds and antibiotics. But she is getting honey turkey meat sticks along with the medication to put in there. So she's actually probably having the time of her life.
Yes, your dogs eat better than my actual children.
That could be the case, perhaps. But yeah, it was a fun night for what? I guess there was this, NBA going on. There was only one game in the NHL. Kind of a little bit of a surprising victory there, I think. The Capitals, who've been woeful, took it to the Devils yesterday. And then, of course, there was some college football. Sam Houston decided that after, they were winning by like 2 touchdowns, that they were going to give it up. So they are still winless on the season, even though being the favorites, which they should be. They've run into some difficult times. And then, of course, we had, the Liberty just take care of business there.
Well, I watched The Masked Singer because, there wasn't a whole lot on last night. The Hawk is out.
Oh, the Hawk is out.
Yeah.
I guess I don't have to, rewatch it or Google it.
Spoiler alert. It was
I don't know too much about The Masked Singer, but I am, glad that you brought it to my attention. Let's do it. So Thomas says, you guys have the same smile.
Well, they say that when you spend a lot of time together, you start to look like each other because you have the same laugh lines and the same,
mannerisms, that sort of thing. We do kind of have the same sense of humor. We are our own target audience. So that's right. We try not to have, too many, inside jokes there for you either.
But it's hard.
Right. It
is hard. We do.
Yeah. So today we got college football. We got a couple games there. We have the NBA that we're not quite going to be in on yet because we feel like we can't give you our best bets yet until we have the numbers. We are in heavy tonight in the NHL. And of course, there's this big NFL football game that I'll be traveling up the street to your house for some beef stir fry and perhaps wine or something else along with it. Sake bombs, perhaps.
That'd be great.
That's where I'm headed, tonight for the football game because we like to watch the games together. It's a lot of fun. Plus, we're in the same fantasy leagues and all that kind of good stuff. as well. So Tiffany did go ahead and give you a same game parlay yesterday for the NFL game. So if you missed it, please go back and rewatch the show. But today, Tiffany's like, hey, I gave you a 5-team winner last time. I'm guessing that you're going to give us another 5-team winner here today.
Yeah, I picked out some good hockey games for us today.
Awesome. That's what I like to hear.
So we'll get started, I guess. I kind of wrote a book today. Well, not really, but
we don't want book reports here.
I know, but this is not school, Mindy. On the 5 games I picked, the first one I'm going to start with is I'm taking the Bruins on the money line. They're 6-0. They're playing that Ducks team.
The Ducks, yes, I know that.
The Ducks defense has been struggling. Their offense isn't that great. They've only scored 14 goals this season, and 6 of those were in 2 games. So the majority of their games are only scoring maybe 2 goals if they're lucky. They're going against one of the best defenses in the Bruins. They're only allowing 1.17 goals per game. I think they're going to take this to 7-0 pretty easily. So my first pick is that Bruins game.
All right, go Bruins.
Next, looking at the Lightning on the money line against the Sharks. The poor Sharks are still winless. They've only scored 3 goals in the last 3 games. Their defense is also struggling. They're allowing almost 4 goals per game. The Lightning, on the other hand, have scored 10 goals in their last 3 games. Their goalies are leading the league with 30 blocked shots. Again, I think that this is going to be a pretty easy one for the Lightning to win, so I'm going to put my money there.
All right.
My next one, I'm going to look at the Avalanche and the Penguins. This one, I'm taking the Avalanche. They're also 6-0 right now. The Penguins have lost 3 straight. They are 5th best in taking shots, but they're only averaging 34.2 shots on goal per game, but they're 16th and only actually scoring about 2 per game. So again, like, they're busy out there. They're working hard, but I think the Avs goalies are going to take care of that. They're only allowing 1.98 goals per game. So again, I think that's a pretty one-sided game there too for the Avalanche. So I'm taking the Avalanche.
Nice. I like it.
All right. See, then I get into my chicken scratch because I write too much.
Too big of books. Right.
So this one, my next one, I'm taking the Red Wings at that plus 1.5 on the puck line. Winnipeg is at the bottom of the rankings, allowing on average 3.83 goals per game.
That's a lot.
Detroit is scoring an average of 4.86 goals per game. They had a tough overtime loss to the Kraken on Tuesday. But I think overall that Red Wings is a strong team. They're out to a strong start. And I think they will probably win this one outright. But I'm going to take that with the plus 1.5.
I see. I like it. So you got, I hear the Bruins, Red Wings on the puck line, Lightning money line, Avalanche money line, Senators puck line.
And my last one is that Senators.
Okay.
Plus 1.5 against the Canadiens. New York gave up 7 goals in their last game. Ottawa has also struggled defensively, giving up 6 goals in their last game. But I think Ottawa has the edge offensively. They scored 15 goals in their last 3 games. So I think that they're going to take this one too. So my money's on the Senators on that.
All right. That's Latifah's, favorite team. She hates the Ottawa Senators. They've lost her a lot of money, but I don't mind that pick here. Want to say hello to Matt D. Tiffany, you may not know, but he is in Colorado. Did we talk about him before? So he likes the Broncos, but he also likes the Avalanche. He'll be pretty happy there that you got those. Are you still alive, Matt, in the MGM Survivor? Hopefully you are. That's, pretty good odds, 5K. So we hope that you're still in it and want to say hi to Fernando. All he does is give us winners too. Fernando, what do you got today? Maybe some soccer, something like that. Oh yeah. Matt says Broncos plus 7, not getting greedy. Okay. I gotcha. But yeah, those are some pretty good hockey picks. we're pretty excited about all of this. And it's kind of funny because I saw Ron come up with, something that I always have like a little bit of an opinion on, right? I'm trying to see where he went in the chat here. Here it is. He says, hey, I'm getting real sick of these people talking about my Michigan Wolverines that they've cheated. Every team does it. So I'm not sure if everyone is aware of the controversy there with Michigan, but what it is they are early recruiting, not recruiting, early, what do you call it? Scouting, right? So they're trying to pick up on, signs and plays and everything like this. I myself, as a third baseman, right, I always tried to go ahead and look at the signs that people were giving at third base. I always tried to see what the catcher was giving if I was sitting on second base to, check out or help my batter. I was always looking for signs and listening to pitching coaches and everything else. I mean, so for me, I kind of think that going out early, right, and checking teams out ahead of time and scouting is all part of the game. But the NCAA doesn't really feel like it, only because not every team has the money to go out and pre-scout other teams. And that's why they're calling it an unfair advantage. So again, it's the same thing like with steroids. I don't care if everyone does it with trying to steal signals or doing whatever. I don't care. I think everyone does it. To me, you still have to play the game, even if you know it's the same thing. Like if I'm up to bat and someone said nail it, which is for me that a changeup's coming, I still have to hit that changeup, right? Like it's still all part of the game. So for me, I don't feel like this is cheating whatsoever. What's your take on it?
I'm on the same boat because it's all about preparation. I mean, it's not really that much different than watching game tapes or. I mean, right. You're doing your due diligence to win. I mean, that's your job and you're there to win. I don't think that that's illegal or should be illegal. And if you can figure it out, then that's on them for not having better signals.
Guess what you can also do? The teams can change up their signals, right?
Exactly.
You can always have a different indicator. So again, you have to play the game just as well as your opponent does. You can change your signs, you can change your indicator. Again, you still have to play the game. But yeah, I mean, you always want to try to come up with an advantage against your opponent. That is all part of it. But again, I kind of see what the NCAA is doing there. I think the NCAA can do a lot better. I'm glad that they're kind of maybe finally getting rid of the it's okay if you smoke pot. And I think the NFL should move to that. I mean, because look at Randy Gregory. I mean, he's lost what? It was like $62 million because of pots. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy to me, especially when most of the states are, legally,
and I think
you can purchase it legally nowadays.
Established that it's not performance enhancing either. You know what I mean? So
if anything, it makes you, I don't know, hungry,
might slow you down a little. But again, like they're doing it for pain management or anxiety management. And to me, I'm like, well, what's the difference between that and taking a prescription medication? So.
Right. So, hey, but again, I don't care too much about the performance enhancing again, because not every body is made the same. And again, some that are strong can hit the ball a ton and some that are not cannot hit the ball a ton. It's the same thing like for golf. Not everyone can be a John Daly and be, 280 and still hit the ball. A lot of those folks, if they were to gain weight, were not going to be flexible and such either. So, yeah, I mean, this is just a couple of, people's opinion. And so we always like to hear more about your stuff. But yeah, Fernando, he said yesterday was his soccer slate. He hit a 3-legger there. So congrats. 1090. Not too bad. Too bad. And he also said, hey, I gotta, something to say about this. I prefer people smoking weed than drinking. And they say ultimately that could be less harmful on your body than the alcohol. We already saw a lot of athletes and the NFL stars drinking and driving, which is another thing. Again, I feel like if you're rich, you get yourself a driver. There's no need for you to ever, drive ever again.
I don't understand that at all.
It says performance enhancing couch surfing, which is on a daily basis. I feel like I always need to get out and move more. I need to make that a priority since I quit working out in 1994.
We still work out. We work
But
out our
it's one of
brain.
those,
We
like,
work out our brains.
well, it's one of those that I was made to work out like for 4 hours a day for so long, right? And so then it's one of those things, it's kind of like doing the opposite of what your parents tell you, right? Like I'm in opposition. I'm like, I'm not working out, I don't have to. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, I really probably need to. So I don't get out of bed and be all stiff and sore in the morning. Oh yeah. So look, we forgot about our friend Marshawn Lynch. All he did is eat Skittles, and look at how good of a player he was. That just means that maybe we should go, to the sugar. But yeah, Thomas, I know we're getting a little bit long-winded, but yeah, everyone has choices. And we do have to we are in a rule-based society. So I am not under the impression that rules are for suckers like my sister. I am one of the rule followers, not the breakers. So I do feel like if it is illegal by the NCAA, that you need to abide by the rules, even though
Correct.
I feel like the rules are kind of crap.
Yes.
Just saying.
Until they change the rules, you got to follow them.
That's funny. Well, no, I don't think Ron's messages are blocked. Basically, we are streaming on 2 different channels right now. So me and Tiffany are part of the Two Old Ladies That Bet network. So it's streaming on our YouTube channel. But we're here today for Tony and for Tony's picks because we love working with him and everything. So that's why you guys may not see all of the comments. And that's why we try to put them up on screen and talk about them because they're all going to be intermingled in the chat room. But you're only going to be able to see, if you're on Tony's picks, you're only going to be able to see the comments there. So we appreciate you guys watching wherever you're from.
Yep.
If you see
wherever you're at.
Yeah, right. If you're on Tony's or if you're on the Two Old Ladies That Bet network. But yeah, we sell our picks at Tony's Picks. And so that's why we like to come on here and promote our picks and give you some winners. And if you guys are struggling, need some extra help, you can go over and buy our pick packages. So Tiffany, what do you have today?
Yes.
Thanks for giving us your pick.
Speaking of,
let us know what you have at Tony'sPicks.com.
Yeah, speaking of picks, I gave out 5. There are 11 hockey games today. So I've got another 7-pack of hockey. And I've got a best bet for that NFL game tonight on Tony's Picks.
Excellent.
Go pick it up.
Super secret pick. Hey, we want to say hi to Jim. Jim, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it for sure. Make sure you come back and find us again tomorrow where we'll have more picks for you, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I guess it's my turn. I'm going to go ahead and go over some of the picks that we didn't do yet, right? We got to go ahead and take a look at the college football slate here for sure. So tonight we got Syracuse versus Virginia Tech. So our modeling has Virginia Tech by 1, just 1. That's it. Just a 1-point win. Virginia Tech, the line is -3 right now. I do give them like a 58% chance of winning this game. So for me, what I would probably do is go ahead and take this at the +3.5. Give myself a little bit of room. Syracuse has been having trouble once they made it into play in the ACC, right? They were just kind of blowing through their, money games, right? Where you pay, teams that are not so good just to play you.
Yeah.
And Syracuse has trouble defending the pass. So I kind of feel like Virginia Tech is probably going to go ahead and get the victory, but I'm going to think it's a close one. So I'm going to take a little bit of extra. And again, I'm giving you a little bit of extra plays here or a little bit of extra points only because at Tony's Picks, we're moving along to where we are going to be able to do parlays very soon on the site. So you can purchase what our parlays look like. Right now, you can purchase our player props. Those are for sale at Tony's site. And again, we're the leader in the industry because I don't think you can buy those at too many other places. So make sure you check out Tony'sPicks.com for that. And then next up, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this Georgia State versus Georgia Southern game. This is another one where Georgia Southern is favorites by the slimmest of margin. They're sitting at -1. I have Geo Southern here winning by 2.05 points. So again, very, very close matchup. So I will do the same thing, right? I'm going to go ahead and take +3.5. I think it's going to be close. I give Georgia Southern, though, the edge in the victory, but it's slight. But Georgia State has not been great on the road by any means, and they do have trouble stopping the run. So I will go ahead and take Georgia Southern here tonight in this one. But I'll give myself a little bit of leeway there with those alternate lines. So then we're going to go ahead and, I kind of liked what you had said yesterday about the Buccaneers, right? I'm going to go ahead and take the Buccaneers at plus 14.5 here today in this one. Again, I feel like there's something not quite right about the Bills. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Perhaps it's just turnovers, but I haven't really seen the defense playing that well. And that's the part that concerns me the most. They've always been the team to outscore whoever. They win 45-43, stuff like that. And I haven't really seen a whole lot of that this year. So I will go ahead and take the Buccaneers plus the 2 touchdowns. I don't care what it is in the NFL, who you're playing. I always think it's hard to win by multiple scores. So I'm going to move them to 14.5. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to my best bet on that NHL spreadsheet. It's one that Tiffany always already talked about. It's the Lightning. That's my best bet on this sheet tonight. So I will take the Lightning on the money line. So the way I was seeing this is I'll take Virginia Tech plus 3.5. I'll take Georgia Southern plus 3.5. The Buccaneers plus 14.5. And I'll take the Lightning here on the money line. So I'm going to go ahead and play a 14 parlay there on that tonight. Again, it's only 331 odds, but I want you guys to get out there and win and put some money into your pocket. $20 gets us 66.25. So I'll be happy with the 60 spot
That's
tonight.
right.
I mean, it pays for my, Chinese dinner. That's kind of how I see that. And sake bombs. Right. So yeah, let's see. We're going to say hi to Darren. He is here again today. Thanks for joining us. Thank you. Ron, he said, "Hey, I switched over to Tony's picks, so you guys can now."
We have a new comment.
Comments.
Somebody's liking the Bills. And again, the Bills might win, but like we talked about, 2 scores is pretty tough to win by an NFL. So I think we're going to take Tampa Bay on the spread.
Yeah. So Baltimore Dre says, "Hey, give me the Bills here tonight." And so Darren says, "Yeah, Bills are making a lot of defensive mistakes. So hopefully Mayfield does have a good game." Again, I have to play Mike Evans tonight. He's on my fantasy squad. So again, that gives me a little bit something more, to work with. And I don't, I wish that we were having like Chinese buffet, but it's Mindy making the food. So it is basically you have one thing. That's it. And hopefully you like it.
Yes, you get what you get.
Stir fry. That's what you're
and
having.
You don't throw a fit.
But I take that back. The kids are going to have, sesame chicken. But again, that's all the breaded good stuff there for sure. Right. So yeah, I mean, it's Fernando said Bills might bounce back today. And that's what we've kind of seen, right? We saw them lose badly to the Dolphins, but then they came back and crushed. I don't remember who right now, but it's kind of one of those, things that they do tend to kind of bounce back. And so maybe they're not having the 2-week layover from London. I'm not so sure.
Like I said yesterday, what we've seen is when they're losing, their run game's not working. So I think if the Tampa Bay line can stop the run, I think that they'll probably hang in there.
Yeah, and it's kind of like what Ron's saying here. I tend to agree, right? I don't know if this is going to be a Tampa Bay outright wins this. I'm just going to be taking those points. I think the Bills probably do win this. I think Tampa will cover. That's kind of where we've been looking here in this one. So hopefully you guys have a good night. Ron, he says, give me the Bucks here tonight. So make sure you get in on Ron's Bucks team because we don't want to disappoint Ron when, we all want to win as a collective. That's for sure. But yeah, you guys, thanks so much for joining us. Tonight I have a 7-pack in the NHL as well. Different plays than Tiffany, of course, which is so strange, right? We usually come up with, we have the same data, but we see it a little bit differently, right? And that's kind of how it works a lot of the times. And so then we have you go over to tonyspicks.com and use the promo code TonyT at checkout there as well. So again, thanks you guys for joining us. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click on the bell to get the latest notifications. Tony's only like 200 away from 40,000. So we want to make sure he gets there pretty soon. And we appreciate the watch. come back and see us again. Let us know all about your winners there tomorrow, because we're definitely going to let you know about ours.
Correct.
All right, you guys. Have a good day. Hopefully you have good food tonight for the game as well. We'll catch you